Welcome back to my casual YouTube channel. This is where I talk anything casual or monumental related to life. And today, that just happens to be the Bachelorette charity season, week 5. I'm so annoyed that this is coming out on a Thursday when the Bachelorette airs on a Monday. But my husband and I were having a little argument, so I couldn't get it up on a Wednesday because we were tiffing and we watched the Bachelorette together. You don't care. Okay, let's get into the Bachelorette. Okay, so we are in New Orleans. I want to go to New Orleans so bad. I just feel like the energy there is just immaculate. Okay, so we get into seeing all of the guys that are left. So the guys that are currently left are... Sorry, my cat is being an actual menace. Stop it. Stop. So we see all the guys that are left, which are at this point at the beginning of the episode. By the way, I'm going to go through the standouts, not the summary of this, but I'm going to try to make it make sense in how I'm recapping.
Okay, I know these messages are like really annoying and kind of manipulative, like give me a like please, but like it really helps me out and it helps other people to see this video that I put a little bit of effort in. Comment who your favorite person is on The Bachelorette, because I am dying to know about like who's perceiving who which way. Anyways, it'll like truly, it really helps creatives out to have their video seen if you give a like or a comment. You don't have to, but it would just really mean a lot. But you don't, it's like a free country, but at the same time, do what you want.
Tanner, Sean, Xavier, Dutton, Joey, Aaron. Oh my God, with Aaron. Gosh. He just, to me, just feels so, I feel like he's like, he shows that he cares about a girl and the way that he feels the need to be in control. You know what I mean? And I just am not a fan of that. I used to think that it was like, oh my God, it's so cute the way that he like needs to be in control because he like really shows that he cares, and it's like so cute that he just cares that intensely. But that is a red flag to me about how angry he's getting about this. But I understand like you're investing your whole entire life into this one thing, so I get it. It could be frustrating. It's valid, but it's like, relax. My cat, sorry. Tanner on the, I just feel overlooked. Yeah, Tanner, you feel overlooked, and you are, okay? Let's not shorten it to a feeling. That's just is what it is. None of us even knew your name up until last week. Tanner who? I said out loud, who the heck is Tanner? Because we don't know him. We don't know him from like anybody else. And it's so weird. Actually, it's weird that we're down to this little amount of guys. Because I feel like at this point, typically, aren't there like a lot more people? And Nick Viall was saying this on his podcast, Viall Files, that they're cutting it short. Like it seems, and you know what? We're only on week 5 and Hometowns is next week. And I think after Hometowns, isn't it like the reunion? Or not the reunion. No, yeah, that's it. It's like the tell all. It's the Hometowns tell all. Is it like one-on-ones, like meet the family, and then decision or whatever. So we have like 3 or 4 episodes left, right? But it just feels so short and so condensed. For what? It's like, I feel like they're doing the season, I don't want to say a disservice because like, honestly, could they really pull out a lot? I don't know. But it just feels like much shorter than other seasons. And it's like, why the heck is this happening? She hasn't been sending guys home like left and right. Maybe they're just trying to condense it. I don't know. I don't know anything about TV and why they like order a specific amount of episodes. Okay. During the commercial, my husband... I really need to just start referring to people in my life as just their names, because at a certain point I feel like my subscribers are just gonna know like who the heck I'm talking about, and I need to start normalizing that. My husband said that grocery store Joe, because you know, you get the commercials that say like the Maybelline Fit Me commercials. My husband said that grocery store Joe looks like, I'm so sorry guys, my cat. I'm gonna say that like every 10 minutes. My husband said that grocery store Joe looks like if like an alien government had to make a human just to mimic other humans, it would be Grocery Store Joe. Because that man kind of be looking odd. Like, he looks a little bit off. I think that's so funny. I don't agree with it, but it's hilarious. Uh, also, can we talk about the fact that Grocery Store Joe, off of one episode of showing up and getting sent home, has built a fat career and got himself a wife off of being sent home night one. If you don't believe in pretty privilege, you don't believe in Joe's existence. Like, that man's whole career is just based off the fact that he's like a little bit charming to a large amount of people. That's why I hope my luck turns into something just like that. Because I don't, I mean, I was going to say I don't get it, but I was rooting for him. I think was it like JoJo season? Anyway, this is besides the point. So not Dutton, Joey gets the first one-on-one, and they did a bunch of cute little things in New Orleans. Can I not? New Orleans! I just love New Orleans in Louisiana. So they do like poetry on the spot, and at first I was really excited. I was like, I want poetry on the spot. There's so many things of The Bachelor that I just want to incorporate in my life, and every time I like get a glimpse of having something that I want to do, I'm like, wow, oh my god, that looks so fun. I'd love to do that. And I just look over at my husband like, my god, I'd love to do that. Yeah, I'd love to do it. Either way, anyway. So poetry on the spot, that's like, I know he just probably combines a bunch of generic things and it's probably not that hard to make poetry on the spot, but I think it's just the idea of the sentiment of he could make you a customized poem and you don't have to put any effort into it besides describing your relationship. That's so appealing to me. Okay. Joey and Charity's one-on-one at the very end. Also, I just want to say, Joey is somebody who I implicitly trust just based off of his presence, and his energy. I really like him. I believe everything he says. And I just feel like he has a pure heart just based off what he showed us. I don't believe that for like most people that come on The Bachelor, Bachelorette. I always feel like this is such a performance. This is like, these are all to some extent theater people who are very much playing into their own brand. But I just believe Joey when I see him, and I find it so comforting and I really like it. Okay, but yeah, he's my number 2 pick. Y'all know my number 1 pick. Dutton is my number 1 pick, always and forever. And I feel like we're kind of being, I'll share my prediction about what's going to happen, because I feel like it'll be right. Because I feel like I now that The Bachelorette is going on, I feel like I know, I feel like I can pick out winners and storylines as time goes on, but we'll see. So, and I don't think it's going to be Dutton. But anyways, so Joey and Charity have the "have you dated a black woman before" talk, and then before that they were kind of like hinting at the fact that they were talking about race without talking about it, which is so always uncomfortable to watch on TV, because it's like, oh my god, just say it. But I get it, it's hard because this is ABC, and ABC doesn't really go in depth about that. But Joey, to my slight surprise, opens up and says that he's never been with a black woman. That is surprising to me only because he gives so much attention and he feels so authentic to where it feels like he's familiar with not like black women, but just, I feel like he gives care to the people that he's around. And you would think that with how comfortable he is, this doesn't feel like a new experience to him, you know? And I just so appreciate that, because I just feel like you can tell when some guys like haven't been around black women, or like they just act like Brayden. I feel like maybe could have been friends with a couple of black people in high school, and he's trying to like act like it. He's like trying to like play up a part of himself that he thinks Charity will appeal to, that he'll appeal to Charity with, whatever. But I feel like Joey's just comfortable in himself, and it just feels like it's not a new experience. And so I just really appreciate that he said, like, I haven't dated a black woman, but I'm open to it. I accredit his openness and his like willingness to be like loving and his energy to the fact probably that he grew up with his father, like a gay father. And then I don't know about his mom's situation. She probably is a little bit more open. Probably took her a while though. But probably like just coming from like an open home that truly, when he said like I come from a home where love is love, like we know, Joey, because you back it up, okay? You do. We believe you. And your parents, because they have to embody love is love, you know? I have written, how are there so little guys? Because it's like, what the heck is going on? When Sean said one of us is going home, one of us is either going home, or one of us is going to hometowns without a one-on-one. Yikes. Big yikes, because I am now realizing how much secondhand embarrassment. I'm so sorry about Artemis in the back. If she's distracting, I don't know. Maybe you can't even see her. She's like playing around with the couch. But it just makes me so uncomfortable because I know that they have the typical families where it's like, how much do you know about her? Where'd you go to middle school? It's like, how the heck would anybody just know that? This is the Bachelorette. They've talked maybe for 40 minutes in total. Don't be so hard on them. So it made me feel uncomfortable when he pointed that out, that people are going to go to hometowns without one-on-ones. Because it's like, oh, shoot. You are going to have a hard time. Okay, this is the kitty. If you haven't seen her in a while, this is her. She's grown a little bit. She's no longer just my kitty. She's like turning into a little toddler. She's a little toddler body. She used to be an infant when I first showed her. Vlog about how I got her coming. There's so many videos that I want to make that I am happy to make. And then it just pushes off the videos that I already had planned in my head. So, like, hopefully a vlog coming out about her next week on Saturday. I really hope so. Yeah, I'm so uncomfortable for couples who for, like, when contestants go to hometowns and it just is, like, they haven't even spent one-on-one time together. Uncomfortable. I was thinking of, when I was looking at Tanner's very much a generic military. He's, like, generic military handsome. Not saying that that's bad, because the men in the military serve. Men in military serve looks. But no, I think he's really attractive, but I just get very much generic. When Charity and Sean and Tanner went on the 2-on-1, uncomfortable, dude. Oh my god. Also, I had to write down when Charity was like, we're matching. I out loud to my husband went, no, you're not. Because she was wearing like a neon green thing and he was wearing like a typical like army green, more muted toned jacket. I was like, you're not even like, just because it's the same color doesn't mean that you're matching. It's not the same shade whatsoever. It just bugs me when people do stuff like that. It's when they were on their 2-on-1, I felt so uncomfortable because a platonic 2-on-1 is just so much more uncomfortable to watch than two rivals going at it and you're like, oh my god, who's gonna go home? Because it's like, we know who's going home. We know at one point they're both going home. Who the heck is Tanner? We don't care about Sean. Let's move on, type of a thing. I wrote down like, haha, Tanner's clearly going home, which he did at some point, but not in the traditional way that we thought it was going to be. I said, ooh, I like Charity's hair. I be loving Charity's hair, and Charity's... Yo, can you chill for a second? Charity be killing these looks the more that time goes on. I feel like in the beginning it was kind of a struggle to figure out like what her style was, but now I feel like we know what's going on, and I really appreciate it. When they pulled up to the 3-way dinner, I was like, oh my god. That's out of the butt crack of my nightmares. Seriously, just picturing a table where it's like me and then one prospect and another prospect, and we're just sitting there. No, thank you. No, thank you. Tanner says, when in relation to his last relationship, he was describing like what happened and about how they got into one little argument and then from there he was scarred for life. Okay. Just say you weren't a good partner and move on. Because that's really, I feel like what it comes down to is like, why did y'all get into one little argument and then all of a sudden things weren't good between y'all? What? Sean thought that he blew it out of the water with this date, this 2-on-1. I don't blame him because everybody was really hyping him up, like, Sean, you really blew it out of the water with this one. Like, you guys are both going home, so it doesn't really matter. Yes, sir, to Dutton and Charity on the fun run date. Also, let's just be clear. You know how there was like the is ice cream a date debate on Twitter? Let's be honest, a fun run is not a date, okay? That sounds like something that is also outside of the butt crack of my nightmares. It's not happening to me or majority of people on earth do not want to go on a fun run with somebody they're dating and getting to know. That just sounds like the most uncomfortable thing in the world. I'm pretty sure Charity just like played it up because they're on camera, but nobody wants to do that. Anyway, like, let's just be clear, a run is not a date. Xavier's, oh my god, dude. Xavier is so fine, guys. Oh my god, Xavier is so fine. I so appreciate his presence on the show because they really needed a fine, evolved man to be on this show. Like, not just a body. I feel like some of these men are just like bodies, you know? But I feel like he has a lot of depth. Do I feel like that? Because for a minute, I was like, I feel like he has depth that we don't get to see because he might not even be comfortable with sharing it on TV, but I feel like he has a lot of depth for a pretty boy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like pretty people don't have to tap into their depth a lot because they just can skate by on shallowness, but I appreciate his presence being added because we needed a pretty boy with some thought. I have written down that Dutton and Charity are giving power couple, and they are. My god. How could you not with Dutton? He puts the power in power couple. What? Anyway, the only person who I feel comfortable going to a one-on-one with Charity is Dutton. Like, he's the only person who I'm like, that makes sense that he would bring her home and like things would go well. You know what I mean? I could see things going well for Joey, but it just makes more sense with Dutton, I feel like. Like, I feel like Charity and Joey do like each other, but with Dutton, I feel like she likes him, he likes her. It's a realistic pairing, and it's a smart pairing. It's not just like, oh, they could date for like a little bit. No, these people could be soulmates, because it's like a good decision. I try to be eating these night looks, seriously. Also, I said not Sean. When Dutton comes back from the dates, not Sean just getting up as Dutton is speaking. Or maybe Dutton wasn't speaking at the point he got up and it was made to be more dramatic than it was, but I was like, Sean, don't be a sour puss. Don't. I said, okay, when Sean went to Charity's room, Charity was not happy about seeing him. She does not like him. Like, I feel like even Charity and Sean's breakup was theatrical. It was like, y'all don't like each other. Like, be honest, in the real world, you would not cross paths. You would not even, like, really be in the same circles. You would simply, like, talk to each other, be very kind, and then leave. You would not be developing feelings that are real. So stop playing around. Like, Sean is all performance to me, but it's like, fine. I don't knock it. In my opinion, if you're coming on the show and you want to put on a good performance and then like come out with the following and opportunities, the way you do it has to be like respectable and admirable and like non-harmful to the Bachelor, Bachelorette. And I feel like Sean kind of did that. So I don't knock his performance. I just see that he's performing, which is like, don't make it obvious. Anyway, Aaron needs to relax. Just, I understand where he's coming from, like the protective, dominant man role of just like, I really like you, so I'm gonna make you know in the way that I want to like control as much as I can in our environment. But it just comes across as just, yeah, relax. Take a chill pill. My phone there. Thank God. Okay, sorry. I just had to check to see if this was gonna die, and I am not editing this, so I'm so sorry that that's awkward that I kind of just like checked. Look at my cat. She really just be living. So cute. Charity be looking at Xavier with googly eyes, and I don't blame her because I do too. Because he's good looking. Charity was playing way too much with Tanner, being like, I don't know if I can give this to anybody, but I'm gonna send you home in 3 minutes. And I understand it's like editing, it's probably like a couple hours she took to decide, but it's also like, y'all had nothing. You had nothing. It wasn't gonna happen with you guys. What? Anyway, my prediction is that we are looking at Dutton like she's gonna end up with Dutton, because it looks like their relationship is perfect. It's like it's gonna be like, they look like husband and wife, you know? I have a feeling because The Bachelor does this, the person who ends up with the Bachelor or Bachelorette is always somebody who has a little bit of conflict and tension. I have a feeling it'll be with Xavier, because we don't really see Xavier as like a realistic prospect, because the only thing that we are shown about Xavier is his doubts when it comes to marriage, his fine face, and his backstory. And I feel like there's a little bit of conflict with that. So I just don't feel like it'll be done, because The Bachelor would make it a little bit too easy, and they never do that when it comes to knowing who the winner is, because they're good at TV. But anyway, and then I feel like Joey's gonna be like either third or runner-up in relation to going home. And he'll be on Paradise. And if he's not on Paradise, shame on y'all. If Brayden, Joey, Dutton, I'm so sad. It makes me so sad to imagine Dutton on Paradise, dude, actually. Just because I just don't feel like he'll be given the attention he deserves. If they're not on Paradise, I'll be upset. I'll be upset. Anyway, that's all I got. I upload these every single week, even when they're late. They're still here. This is weird that it's like such a short time that they're putting up these episodes. But, this better end with a banger, or like these short episodes kind of don't, or not short episodes. This short season doesn't really amount to too much. Excuse me. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or night.